right. So go ahead and stand on up, even though you can't probably see my head, that's okay. We're just gonna start leaning forward. Just put your hands on your knees. Your legs are bent. And I just kind of want you to rock side to side. And we're just kind of lubricating our hips right now. Just side to side, as if maybe you're like a softball player or you're in like a defensive stance. And you're just kind of pushing out the kinks, the tightness. And then I want you to start kind of elongating your leg a little bit. So instead of just kind of going side to side gently, you're starting to lengthen. Good. And then I want you to start pushing your butt back as you kind of come down. So now it almost looks like a side lunge, but your hands are on your legs, so your muscles really aren't doing a lot of the work. You're providing that stability through your hands. And then we're going to drop our hands down and you're going to sink a little lower. And again, we're just rocking side to side. This is for you to loosen up and kind of start sending some blood down to our muscles. All right, we're going to pause in the middle here, and I want you to just kind of slowly roll up. And what we're going to do is we're going to turn to our side, and we're just going to shift forward and then back. So kind of the same thing. We're just shifting forward and back, getting some mobility in those hips. Maybe they're a little stiff. Good. And then just drop that knee and we're going to turn and we're going to do it on the other side. So just kind of rock and come back. I'm not sinking all the way down. It's not too serious. Just kind of push and rock back. Good. I know that after Tuesday's class, my hips are really tight, especially my extensors. All right, and we're going to come back. On your knees, you're gonna frog out your legs. So we're not holding any position right now. We're just kind of doing like a little warm up. So I want you to push back and come up. So your feet are frogged out to the side, push back and come up. Good. And just kind of push back as far as you can. Let those knees extend out as far as they can. And it's not necessary to be extremely flexible to be getting an effective stretch. Good. All right. So now I want you to just come up into a comfortable position for you, whether it's sitting like this, or it's crisscross applesauce, or it's kneeling. And we're going to just drop our necks, or our chins to our chest. And I need you to completely make that head heavy. And you'll feel the back of your neck kind of just stretching out. And just tuck that chin in. And I want you to roll it up so that your right ear is aiming to touch your right shoulder. And feel that pull right down the side of your neck. And it's pouring outside. And then roll your chin back down to your chest. Again, let it be super heavy. Let the weight of your head kind of pull. And you're going to roll left ear to the left shoulder. Again, if you completely let the head be dead weight, you'll feel that nice pull from like your ear down to your shoulder, and just kind of let it hang. And then again, roll your chin forward. And we're gonna kind of mirror that movement. So now we're gonna take our head and we're gonna let it drop back. It's a little bit difficult for me to talk when I'm like this because I'm letting my neck kind of lengthen, but I want you to roll your neck so that your ear is now at your right shoulder from the rear. And feel that stretch. It kind of comes more close to the front of your neck. And I want you to roll back. And then roll it over to the other side. And you'll feel it kind of in the front where like lymph nodes are, sometimes where we feel our sore throat. Good, and then let it roll to the back again. And then come forward. All right, we're gonna inhale our arms up, and we're gonna just pull on our fingers, and we're gonna reach across one side. And then switch to your grip, and then reach across to the other. Okay. So turn your bodies so that you are in a comfortable all fours position. I want you to make sure that your toes are behind your knees, that your knees are behind your wrists, and that your wrists and your hands are nice and flat. We're gonna roll up onto our toes and we're gonna press up into a downward dog. And whatever that looks like for you, but your object or your goal is to kind of just press those heels down and lift your butt up and to the rear. And what I want you to do is take one of your legs and just kind of reach it up and let it hang. Just let it kind of hang over to the side. Roll that wrist around a little bit maybe. And then go ahead and bring it down all the way to your knees. And then drop back into child's pose. And then come back up onto all fours. We're gonna do the same exact thing, okay? Open up those hips. So your toes are behind your knees are behind your wrists, your hands are nice and flat. You're gonna roll up and press up. And now that opposite leg is going to open. You're gonna roll that wrist around, or that wrist, your ankle. Good, it's nice and short, and then come back down, drop back into child's pose. Okay, coming back up onto all fours, you're gonna take one of your legs and you're gonna bring it kind of just out to the side, not in front of you. And I want you to sink back, keeping that leg straight up and out, okay? And then just lean into it and drop your elbow. We're gonna hold this here for about 20 seconds. And every time you take an inhale and you exhale, try to just breathe into that muscle. So right now it's kind of on the inside, a little bit on the outside. Breathe. We're gonna come back up onto all fours, bring that leg back in, and we're gonna do the other one. So you're gonna bring it out. So mine is not straight out to the side, it's maybe up a little bit. And then I sink back and I try to point my toe to almost secure it in place. So now I can actually feel the top of my ankle is being stretched. Okay, so places where we don't normally feel it, sometimes after running a while, our ankles may feel a little bit of tightness or tenderness. This is a good one for that. And I feel it kind of running up the inside of my leg. And then the more I force my body down, I can feel it behind. For about 20 seconds, and every time you exhale, try to push yourself a little deeper. All right, we're gonna come up and then bring that leg in. And we're gonna go back to the leg that we started with. And now you are kind of kicking it out behind you. And instead of sinking your butt back, I want you to open up and kind of come to the front. So you're gonna roll your hips under towards the floor. You may not touch the floor, that's okay. I don't touch the floor, but if you can, great. But what you're doing now, it's kind of like a Frogger, but one of our legs is straight. So if I were here, you can see what I was doing from here. My one knee is bent. I'm trying to turn my hips underneath to push it towards the floor. And then I'm going to pull it in. And I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. I'm going to extend that leg out and I'm dropping back. And make sure you kind of push that knee out a little bit and roll those hips underneath. You have to kind of like flip them under towards the floor. You'll feel it. You'll know the difference once you get there. And then roll it back in. Okay. So from that kneeling position, just kind of sit up, come to a tall kneeling position, and you're going to extend one leg out to the side. And I just want you to kind of roll your hand down and then bring that arm up and over and just hold it here. So again, keeping that toe pointed, and our goal right now is you should feel the stretch in that lower back area. And really keep trying to reach with that hand up on top. Don't just kind of let it hang. Push and have energy like you're trying to reach for something that's far away. And then I want you to just bring that hand over and we're gonna reach the floor and reach on the other side. And I want you to lift your hip up towards the ceiling with the leg that is up so that you're pushing your side towards your ceiling. And again, reaching with that hand. And you should feel the pull all down this side of your body. Good. And come on up, and we're gonna switch sides. So now you're extending that leg on the one side, and we're gonna guide our arm down that leg, and we're reaching up and over, and we're trying to grab something that's far away from us while still pushing our hips towards the floor. We're now reaching our arms away, and our entire side body is feeling stretched. Good. Have energy in that upper arm. And then bring it over, hand down to the floor. Same thing, reach up and over, energy in your hand. Good, reaching far away. And come up out of it. Staying there, just kind of drop onto this side. This is my favorite stretch. You're gonna probably see it in everyone that we do. You're gonna grab a hold of that top leg. You're gonna open it up wide, and you're gonna pull it towards the rear. So you're pulling it back and away from you, and your bottom leg can be your base. So you can put that wherever you want, so you don't feel like you are gonna fall over, but you're pulling that heel towards your butt, and you're pointing your knee away from the front of your body. So you should feel this amazing pull in your quadricep muscle. I'm trying to see everybody, good. And then bring it towards the front and just kind of hug it to your knee for a second, or hug it to your chest. And then let it drop out in front, and then you're gonna take that bottom leg, same idea, pulling that heel to your butt. The top leg is anywhere you want it to be. Your upper body is however you need to be comfortable to get a hold of that ankle, and just pull up on that opposite quad. So quad stands for 4, obviously. So there's 4 parts of your quadricep muscle in your thigh. So it's nice to kind of hit it from different sides and target different parts of your thigh. Good, and then release. We're just gonna go ahead and flip it over onto our other side. And same thing, so we're gonna be down on the ground, and we're gonna take that top leg. And like I said, that bottom leg, you can bend it, you can use it as a brace, whatever you need to do to push that top knee away from you and pull that heel to your butt and get that nice quad stretch. But try not to roll onto your front or roll onto your back. But just pull. Heel touching your butt is goal here. As close as you can get it is fine. If it's not even close, but you still feel the pull in your quads, then that is money. You can stay there. Nice. All right, ladies, slowly release it. You can pull it in, kind of just let it unfold itself, and then drop it down. And we're gonna take that bottom, and the same idea, okay? You're pulling, and now, if you want, you can actually get like a little lift up off that floor in that back leg that you're pulling up. It's a little, I think it borders pain and discomfort, but I know that it's effective. So every time we feel that discomfort feeling, you're sending blood to that muscle, and it creates healing, it creates growth. All right, and relax it, okay? And we are almost finished, but it wouldn't be me if I didn't let you do your hip stretch. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna come onto all fours, and we're going to step our right foot up to the outside, or the inside, yeah, outside of our right hand. And I want you to drive your hips down towards the floor. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna take that arm and you're gonna bring it around to the outside. And you're going to come up, and you're going to roll 3 clockwise and 3 counterclockwise. Now, if being up off your knee is too difficult, you can absolutely do this from kneeling, okay? So you'll roll 3 clockwise, 3 counterclockwise, and you wanna make sure that you're not up in here. You really wanna be sinking down low, okay? And then once you're done, you can rest that knee back down onto the floor. You can bring that hand back in, and we're just gonna open up. And again, still driving our hips down towards the floor. You can bring that back knee up if you can. Reaching up. Good. And then you're gonna bring those hands back down to the inside. And I want you to kind of roll back and grab a hold of your feet or your foot. Hold that for a moment. And then come back up. And now lifting up that back leg, if you can, grab a hold of it. So if you wanna grab your ankle or grab your toes or maybe just your big toe or maybe nothing because you can't get it, that's okay. But just kind of pull. So we're going on our opposite side. So our right arm is grabbing a hold of our left foot and I'm pushing myself forward and then release it. All right, we're gonna switch sides. Everything is repeated and then we are finished with the stretch. So go ahead and step up your left foot to the outside of your left hand and then bring that hand onto the outside. You come up and you rock it around. So it's 3 clockwise and 3 counterclockwise. Good. Rolling it around. And once you've done that, you bring that hand towards the inside and we roll open to that side. You're reaching up, trying to stack your shoulders, still pushing those hips down towards the floor. You know, it's a lot of things to remember. And then sink back. Good. This one feels so good on my hamstrings. And the more you flex this foot, so here it's kind of like dead energy, but if you flex and pull up on it, you'll feel way more right behind that kneecap kind of. And then you're gonna come up and you are going to grab that foot with the opposite hand if you can. And then drop it down. Coming back down onto all fours. Just push out your legs, come down to your elbows, and sink back and just hang out here for a moment. Kind of roll your hips under side to side. And the second that you do that under roll, right, when you take those hips and you kind of like flip them under, it's like a game changer. Sometimes it's uncomfortable, but I'm sitting around all day. All right. And then just come all the way down to the floor. Relax those legs. Extend your arms out to the side. We're kind of cooling down the cool down. Just kind of roll over. And then to the other side. And then come back center. Come on up to the seat position. We're going to do an inhale together, and then you are free to go about your day or see me at 9 for tea. So inhale those arms up, and exhale. And I want you to inhale your arms forward up. Inhale forward, and exhale. All right, nice job, ladies.